Hey guys, so this is a 800 burning one in less than 2 minutes of the game, and honestly I could have got it in about 1 minute 30 seconds. And so if you're interested in seeing how I did that, because that's pretty rare, you should head towards the end of the video, and if you want to see more of the mutation guide, then you should start from the start. But that's the gem in this video, is I actually think that's pretty sweet. You don't see an 800 burning one in less than 2 minutes, I think, ever, actually. So if that's your jam, then check it out. Hey everyone, it's Stormy Nori here, coming at you with a weekly series I'm going to do, my Mutation Challenge Guide. This one is coming super late, as you can see. I'm sorry about that, but the good news is that at the moment you don't really need these guides. These mutations are pretty easy, especially at the easier difficulties. So it's really only the cheese section of this guide that's adding much at this point. But I expect that'll change over time. I think the mutations will probably get a bit more challenging. So I'm just going to get into practice of making these now so that I can improve going forward. So this week it is Gone with 60 Seconds. The mutators are Speed Kills, which is all enemy units have 50% increased movement speed. Infantry Assault, every 2 minutes an enemy barrack spawns in one of the 9 random locations placed on the map. And the map is Ritual Woods, which I will bring up here. Of these two mutations, though, really it's the Speed Kills is the big one. The Infantry Assault sounds like a game changer, but even on Annihilation 4 difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty, it's not adding that much. 2 minutes is a lot of time. And then they still need to, produce the infantry. It does add up over time, but it's not as big a deal as the increased movement speed. So there's basically 2 ways to go about the map. I used to go about it counterclockwise, starting to the right, and then heading up and around. But the problem with that is that sometimes you end up accidentally missing one of the bonus objectives here. BX1, I've labeled it. So it's a little bit better to do it this way, I think. And also you have better access to creep camps going this way, whereas you can end up kind of missing some of the control points in creep camps if you just head to the right away. So that's the map, pretty straightforward. There are some notable cheeses. They're not as impactful as last week's mutation, but there's some things that you can do that's kind of fun to take out the expansion base here, the first objective. So I'll show a few ways of going about that, and that'll wrap up the video. And at least one of these, if you're interested in what the most interesting part of this video is, which maybe I should have left with, it's one of these cheeses is actually pretty cool. So you should give that a try, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so this is one of the cheeses you can do right here. This is the Warz version of the cheese, and it works pretty well. We're gonna see that it works against all 3 races, whereas Amara is a lot harder to do as Celestial. You knock down these trees, although I actually don't even know if you necessarily need to. You might be able to catch it from outside the trees. And then the cooldown's just going to finish up. I'm probably doing just a little bit of macroing back there. And then, the reason why it's a cheese is that hitting the Abyssal Gate actually aggroes these guys. And so yeah, it's pretty slow, but it will slowly meat grinder all of them, and so that's kind of fun. And usually it takes just about 2 uses of this. I guess this time my blockade ally decided to throw it in the fun. That's alright. And it's a little bit slow, but it does get the job done. And so that's one way of doing it. But this next cheese takes it to another level. So we'll show that off. So I was doing my thing with the Warz cheese here. Feeling pretty stoked about my myself because it's a fun way to start the game, especially once you get the gear for the raiding party gear, which you unlock with Warz, which gives you 10% of the resources for each guy that you kill. You get 10% of the resources cost to train them. So that's sweet. So I was doing this, and Maloc here decided to get in on the action. And turns out Maloc can, well, this speaks for itself. So that's pretty sweet, and I definitely recommend doing that. As you see here, even soloing it, you can do that in the first, minute of the game. I was I was bewildered. I was very stoked on my Maloc ally for that. And it actually gets even better, as I'll show you very briefly. So one thing I'll mention as we start to boot this up. So with Warz, you can start the cheese though right from level 1. He gets his Reap the Harvest, and you can start using it. For Maloc, you got to get to level 5 to really do it, because the first part of the cheese is his ultimate here, which you just want to cast from outside the trees. Is what I've found is the best way to do it. It just blocks a little bit more vision, I think, and he has the range to do it, and it works like that. But I was a little bit scared here. I wasn't sure how many guys were left, but this is the second part of why this cheese is quite rewarding as Maloc. Is that in a little bit here, I will go head over here and make a burning one, and it's a full 800 health burning one, which I think is the biggest they get. I haven't seen any 1600 burning ones ever, and these are usually pretty rare. So being able to get a 800 burning one in like less than 2 minutes, if you're doing this a little bit smarter than I am, especially if you're doing it with 3 people, feels fantastic. And so experience, which I'll show that in a new. Actually, I'm gonna cut this part out. Cut this part out. So that is it for this mutation guide. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll roll out the next one much sooner. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon. That is it for this mutation guide. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll roll out the next one much sooner. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon. That is it for this mutation guide. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll roll out the next one much sooner. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon.